Hello and welcome back to Satisfactory Space Age. We are still on Novice, of course. We're still working towards getting our first rocket off the launch pad. We have just finished doing a whole bunch of research in the chemical science and military science pack area. We have stocked ourselves up with piercing rounds and gun turrets and walls and radar and electric poles and a bunch of other stuff. And I think before we start boosting our production significantly, which will make that red blob get bigger, I want to get a wall across the south. I want to do something about this stuff to the west, maybe just put a wall straight through here for now. And I want to take out all of the bases which are on my area. This is going to take a bit of work. We are going to be walking a long ways, so I'm going to run this at times 4 speed for a bit. Our first step is to get that wall built. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the wall right through the radar area. And I'm going to have the radar kind of sticking out a little bit. Let's go to our southernmost radar down here. Actually, we're going to put a radar here. And we'll use this as our test spot to work out what we want this forward defense area to look like. What I do want is some sort of a... we have a bunch of space to work with here. I'm going to move this out here just a bit. I mentioned before having railroads come through here. I think I can put this so that my walls kind of come through here. But I'm going to put opening here, bulge it out, and have this guy. I do want a way to put some ammo in here. And we are going to have a couple of turrets set up. I think I could do that even. So if we put ammo in here, it will feed to all 4 of these guys. I'm going to leave one space between the turrets and the walls because some of the biters can reach over the wall. These corner bits, I could do this. Okay. So the question is, do I want to do double thickness? I don't think I want to do a double thickness of the walls. And I'm going to get in here in map mode. I'm going to start off with putting ammo in there. Oops. Let's put, say, 50 ammo in there. So if it's 50 ammo at each one, that's 200 ammo, and we're carrying 2,000, so I can put down 10 of these. And then in here, I am not sure whether this works or not. Put down a full stack of that. That's 300 ammo per. Yeah. Actually, if I'm going to do it that way, let's just put 200 ammo in here. And... well, would it be better to decide on the amount of ammunition based on the territory. I think it might be better if I just put the ammo down manually. There we go. So I guess I'm not going to preload it with ammo. So there's my layout. I've got some power coverage and the same power that's driving the radar. This doesn't actually need to be tileable. So this whole thing is now a defended radar. So it's got walls and gun turrets, and it's got power via big electric pole, and it has a radar. Now, if I had a power suit that allowed me to mount robots, I could build this automatically. Let's just start off with that. So the next one over, 4, 5, 6, 7. The next one over is here. Oh, did I pick up? I picked up grenades. I didn't put grenades on my thingy. Let's take it off ×4 speed, as I am getting within spitting distance of the biters. Okay. Okay. So if I bring this in, there's my defended wall. And that's just going to go straight to the left all the way out. Now the question is there room for another radar? 4, 5, 6. No, there is not. Which means I don't really need to put all those power poles in either. What I do want to do is I want to start out by putting out the walls. I'm just going to put a straight wall all the way out. I don't think we're going to have any actual raiding parties because we haven't angered anybody yet. But let's see what we've got in the way of. So those are all on landfill. This is that one. The bugs shouldn't be able to get around that end of the wall. I can't get through there, so they shouldn't. Actually, let's take out the trees that are just on my side of the wall. That way I can run along the wall. So this has a downside. I have no way of bringing in more. I bring this back to here. That's actually better. We'll resnap the blueprint in a moment. Oh, actually, I can do this now. We want to select new contents. And I want to grab basically that cell. There we go. So that gives us some space to work with. We can move things around to be able to insert things into there. Or we can put a roboport in or whatever. We'll see what happens when we need it. Okay, and the wall is going to head off this direction. Oh, we have a cliff. It's going to be interesting. So the question is, do I trust the cliff to be my defense? Do I trust that they can't get between the cliff and the wall next to it? Or do I just kind of make the wall follow along the ground? Now, I may not stay straight here. I may dive down to this guy here somewhere. Yeah, I think I will. So can I make this so it's on a diagonal? I probably can. One there. I pick that up and I turn it. Okay, we're going to go from here. And bring it over like that. And we have used all of our walls already. My goodness, that went fast. Okay, so I'm going to pause while I go get more walls. And we are back. Picked up 2,000 walls, which I hope is going to be enough. So here's where we hit the cliff. That gives us a little bit of clearance around the cliff so we can sneak by on our side. There. I want to be able to see my wall. Thank you. Okay, so we now have a straight wall all the way across the south, which separates me from whatever evil things are happening in those bases down there, which we are not yet confident of doing anything about. Let's get the power in. Okay, so we should have power now. I'm thinking that I want a always lit light on these guys. In fact, I am going to offset this by one to the left and put the always lit light over here. Oh, and the other thing I want to do is have an alert if anybody runs out of ammo. So we're going to put this guy down here, and you're going to connect to him. And your label is piercing rounds ammunition. Your condition is piercing round ammunition is less than, say, 50. So we get down to under 50 ammo in that box, which we are going to set up to only hold that kind of ammo. I want this guy to scream. So always show, always, so now if I go out here on the map, it'll have ammo low. Okay, as long as I leave those turned on, I'm good. Now we go over here. I'm going to get 200 ammo. We see the ammo low has turned off. And that guy needs to be moved here. This gives us a way to bring more ammo in here. Let's use filters on these guys. These will be reserved for moving just this ammo around. And so there's a way the belt will go by if we set up an ammo loop. Don't set up an ammo loop, we'll do something else to get it in. Okay, so refresh this again. Doop doo doo. And save blueprint. Now I do have doors I can put in. Not going to put them in yet. So I am betting that when we get our first little explorers that come by, and we are not, our biters are set to do not expand. So I don't even know if they're going to send them or not, but if they do send an occasional exploration crew, when they get here, they'll be shot down. Okay, so power's headed out this way. Let's stamp down our blueprint again. That. Trying to get as much possible put in that is not offensive until the next thing I can put in, which is gun turrets will defend us. Good habit. I should probably put the ammo in first. There we go. So we now have radar coverage and we now have guns in those two locations. And we can see this guy. We can see that there are big biters there. Okay. So the next concern is this area up in the west. Since I'm not ready to take out the bases yet, I think I'm going to just put a wall across here with no guns or anything. And then we will wall from this guy up and over, down through here, and over to there. Okay. You do not need to have anything happen because there's nothing out there. We're still headed upwards. Hello, Cole. He will be mine later. So that guy. So you go in like that. There's another one north of us. Okay. So now I need to send a wall from here to here. And remember, since we're not doing diagonals, it's just vertical plus horizontal. So we really just need to go to whatever's closest diagonally, and that's going to be like up there. So we're going to go up. Oops. Let's do this in map mode. So we're going to go up like this. And then over this way to somewhere convenient. It'd be one of these guys. It's basically, as we go northeast, it minimizes it. That'll give us our best shot. There we go. I go back to map mode, and I can get rid of all of this down to that corner. Then we can undelete. If I undelete everything, I still need to go back and refill this. There. Let's start from the corner here. I'm going to need to take out all the trees that are in the way. We take out the trees that will keep me from seeing the wall. Again, there's the thing about I want to be able to see where the wall is damaged or cut or gone or whatever. Okay, so over here, all the way out to there, and then kill the ones that need landfill. Verify I can't move through it. Good. I'm assuming the biters can't get around. If the biters could swim, we'd be in deep trouble. We are probably going to be doing more complicated wall schemes later on, once we get robots to do our building for us. Okay, so you're set. Come on. You're not set to always on. There we go. 200 ammo. You guys have ammo, so you can shoot at stuff now. Let's set these to always on down here. Now we are going to head south. I think I'm going to just take out trees heading south till we get to the other one. Verify this all lines up. Yep. So when it doesn't autosave, the clock thingy, the X1 goes back to X1 if I've got it set to X2. Okay, this stuff. $200 in there. There's our radar. There's our ammo low indicator, which shouldn't trigger. And we're going to just come south. I think we might be able to get one more radar down that way. Let's see. I'm going to go see if I can pick it up from the right instead of coming at it from the north. Okay, so there's that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There it is. So This goes here. And I could probably just I'm going to let this stay where it is for now. We're going to see. Yeah, let's bring it all the way down this way. Why not? Line in the sand. Okay. In map mode, from you heading north, to make sure I don't get off-centered. There we go. Okay, I think we're good here. That's a nice firm wall. Okay, walking around at X4 is a little less convenient than I had hoped. Okay, so now we have ammo, we have our warning, we have our turrets all set to go. Let's set up the stuff to the south. Okay. Okay. So we now have our two walls set up. Later on, I may find a better place for that wall. I would like to push it a little bit further west. But we have a lot of resources available to us now. So half an hour in. The question is, do I trust myself to go on a hunting expedition and to lay out gun turrets and piercing rounds and get all the ammo in and do all that stuff? So let's find a... I'm going to go take care of that one to the northeast. It's a bit of a smaller camp. And if I get my tail handed to me, that's fine. I'll go pick it up again. And if I don't get my tail handed to me, I will have a little more confidence. Let's see. He's still far off to the right, but we've got some cliffs here. Now, I was thinking about waiting to do this until I had lasers. X1. I think what I am going to do is wait until daytime. So I will be right back. And it is daytime. So outside of aggro range of the base, I want to set up some of these. Okay. Now, staying within range of the previous ones, we put down the new ones and we just kind of walk these forward. I panicked I didn't get my ammo out soon enough. Okay, so these guys can handle the blue biters. Good. We have a couple of small worms down there. Okay, so they got busy on that one. I am not carrying any repair packs on me. Okay, so there's another reason for us to do all of this is so I can make sure I've got everything I need. I need repair packs. But we are done with this little camp. I'm going to go back and get repair packs automated. And let's see, what I'm going to do after I get repair packs done. I think I want to go out and hit this guy. So I will pause. I'll go get repair packs, and I'll come back in time to be dealing with that down there. I will see you behind the curtain. Okay, and we are in our new target location. It's a somewhat larger base. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bait some out first and bring them back to my turrets. And I don't run very fast, do I? Okay. That took care of the ones that were already spawned there. So even distribution is what I'm using to fill up the turrets. I think there's even a way of... Whoops. Turrets have run out of ammunition. Well, of course, they started out of ammunition. Okay, so that was me hitting the tilde button instead of the 1, so off by 1 error on the keyboard. We are going to respawn, and I've got to come back and grab my body. And they will have killed off those turrets before I get there. So, I believe, yes, turns off logistics before you go. What I'm going to do is turn off all of these, turn on logistics, and grab just a few things. I am going to grab, say, a stack of gun turrets and a stack of ammo. Let's take 2 stacks. No, let's take 1 stack of ammo. So that's outside of radar range, so I can't even see what's going on, but clearly they killed the 5 turrets I never got ammo into. Okay, waiting for ammo. I better carry 400 ammo. So the first 100 goes in my weapon. Okay, so now I need to get back down there. I'm going to curtain it again to get back down. Okay, here we are. So smaller steps at a time. Actually, let's make sure these guys have ammo. And I need to have these guys. Oh, it's on my corpse, right? I had repair packs on my corpse. I know I did. Oh. Right. So if you have trash unrequested, you don't have those turned on, it will go ahead and get rid of them for you. Okay, so you guys are all repaired. So now we creep a little bit further forward. A little bit further forward. I much prefer doing this with robots. Okay, I need to creep a little bit further. So we do 2. There we go. But again, I will be right back. Okay, so this time I don't have the goodies on me. So I'm going to recover my body, and I'm thinking we'll probably want to ooh. Turn those back on. And go back to 1x speed. Okay. So we're just going to creep it forward very slowly. Get these on cycle repair. Oh, that guy is going to be a pain in the butt, isn't he? So whatever they get focused on, they will continue to shoot at it. Okay, I'm going to back off a little bit, get some health. I probably need to carry some fish at some point. Okay, not much I can do about that really, other than there. Fish. Let's turn you guys off. There we go. All of the damaged turrets need to go down so I can repair them. So yeah, we don't want to be attacking any of the larger bases until we have support from robots. Possibly better mobility. Okay, X2 because picking these up is slow. Okay. Now, down here somewhere I have planned out a radar point. So if we just put down a radar here. I believe we can put one down north of here as well. So I'm thinking that we're going to want to use lasers on the larger bases up here. Yeah, I can't see doing that. This guy I might be able to do, but he'd also make a great place to make sure I'm doing the lasers right. So I want lasers and robots on me when I'm going to be doing those. I should be able to put one more radar up here. So, you... Is that right? That's right. That gets you radar coverage up there. Don't really actually need radar coverage, but having it kind of, you know, I like the idea. It also means that we'll be able to see what's out in this direction. And now we go back to the base. I'm going to pull the curtain and go back. Okay, we are back. We are restocked. And looking around, I'm thinking what I can do is I can take my little defensive area here. I can poke these in here and maybe a couple other places along those lines so that if somebody starts coming down south, they'll be attracted to those and maybe taken out by them. Maybe over, instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I can go 2, 3 over and 3 up, and we'll put more in there. Okay, so let's go fortify that stuff a bit. I'm carrying plenty of wall and plenty of gun turrets and plenty of piercing rounds. So while we're not going to set up a northern wall per se, we will have some defensive area up north, which I hope will attract anybody wandering around and have them attack that thing rather than attacking us. So let's see. Do it on X1. I may encounter a bug. Not that kind of bug. I may encounter a biter. So we are going to put this one in here. I'll just leave it like this. I won't even extend the walls out. We are going to need power here. Actually, I do need to be moving a little faster here. There we go. Okay. So we notice that we are saying low. I'm going to remove myself. This does say low. I do need to watch out for that elsewhere, as I didn't put any audio alerts on them. I'm not sure if there's actually any point to extending the walls out even that far. But, you know, as long as I've got them on the blueprint, I might as well use them. Okay. I'm going to put you here. So this would be where the normal, this is where we would normally be placing it, but we can't get that far out. So we're going to go here. Okay. Get rid of the trees. I probably could have just hit it with a couple of grenades, would have been easier. Back to X2 for striping in the power here. So what's the chances of a lone explorer wandering down through here and not being attracted to all that military hardware, huh? I think we're good. We still want to go up in there eventually, but not until we have much better weapons and a much better. Well, I'm not wearing any armor at all. That's one reason why I died so easy. I mean, I wasn't even wearing the basic armor that you can make on day 2. Anyway, I think that's enough. We've walled off the south. We've dealt with the bases in the east and the northeast. We have put in some defensive emplacements against the guys in the north, and we have walled off the northwest. I think that's good. I think I'm going to call it a recording, and I will see you in the next one.